Hey guys, I thought I'd just show you after Hurricane Ian down here in South Florida. I'm riding the electric motion again. One of the survivors that barely made it in my garage because of the flood. It did get partially wet, not too bad. But here I am out on a little trail close to my house. It's probably about all I got close to my house. It's reasonable. I can ride to without. So far the sheriff hasn't cared. He's seen me a bunch of times. But this is kind of a spooky trail. The boards on the little trestle bridge floated up off of it. They were kind of rotten to begin with, but the frame's looking strong back there. And you can see this massive, this didn't used to be here, obviously. This is a concrete power pole, I believe, that got ripped out in the storm. Now I see that they're hollow. I see holes in them. I believe they're hollow. Yeah, I think they're hollow. Maybe that's how it kind of like floated or something. It might have been mounted somewhere near here, but I don't recall it out here. Maybe it's bridging this gap over towards Sanibel, Captiva area. Yeah, Sanibel probably. Anyway, what's spooky about this is I was on my Tenere, which I have videos of that I just got on Thanksgiving Day. And I was coming back from the center of the island, just picking up some parts at the hardware store for it. And lo and behold, all of a sudden traffic slams on in front of me, and there's a monster alligator crossing the road, standing up. And you know how high they get when they stand up? He was a big boy, and he was missing like a chunk off his tail, like 2 or 3 feet. I mean, that sucker was probably 8 feet without the tail, I think. He was big, and he was slow. He just didn't care about the traffic. He's like, I'm crossing, you guys just hold up, and that's that. So I kind of followed him off the sidewalk, off the side of the road, and I didn't want to get too close. But that's what I'm a little bit afraid of. After the storms, I've had some strange alligator encounters. And after the storms, they tend to move around in weird places. And they're so camouflaged, so dark green, almost black, that this narrow trail with all the trees down and that bridge busted up, I'm just, you know, this is where they wander around. And you can see they can probably get out of the... They're usually not in the salt water here, but we do have crocs, which I've had a strange encounter with. So I know I'm probably being paranoid, but I know sooner or later I'm going to run into one, like maybe literally hit him like a log and run right over him, because he'll take a swipe at me as I scare him and he scares me. Anyway, the electric motion's out and about, getting her tuned up a little bit. Had to clean up the front and rear brake pads and the discs. I'll get you guys some more reviews on this after, I think I've owned it, what, 6, 8, 9 months now. And I'll give you the things I don't like about it. As you've seen all my rave reviews about it, I absolutely adore the thing and I think they're worth it. But I'll give you some reviews on things that they can improve on. And maybe they have in 2023. There's, well, one of it's my famous broken fender, which is easy to do. And then they're kind of expensive. So I bought a new one, but I'm not going to install it until I figure out a way to make it not break again. Anyway, I'm getting eaten by no-see-ums. I just wanted to show you this massive concrete power pole and tell you my story of gators in the woods. And I literally brought some mace with me because I actually got hung up in a tree last time I rode this early this week. I flipped, the bike got tangled in the tree. I couldn't get it up. I couldn't get my leg out of there. And I'm laying on this road with water on both sides, narrow. And I'm like making all this ruckus, like perfect gator bait. I know the odds are 1 in a billion, but when you see the monsters crossing the road right in front of you, and I had to slam on the brakes on the Tenere that I just got in a panic stop because the cars were stopped, and then I see this guy crossing the road, it makes you think twice. And then you could see how he disappeared, just sitting in the shrubs right in the residential area on the side of the road, just sitting there doing his thing. But anyway, again, enjoying the electric motion. Hopefully going to be riding Croom tomorrow with a couple of friends. Talk to you guys later.